Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Unpacking Our Scripted Lives. For those of you guys who are new to this channel, welcome. Please don't forget to subscribe and click on the notification bell so that every time that I upload something, you will be notified. And for those of you guys who have been with me throughout the entire journey, welcome back, and I hope that you stick around. With that being said, I just wanted to give you guys like a quick update. So like you know how on the other episode that I recorded before, I was like complaining, not complaining per se, but I was just talking about how much I've been feeling lazy and haven't been feeling motivated to do something about my life or whatever it is. But then lately, actually, in case there are also other people who are like struggling with this whole thing, I kind of like discovered that writing down what your plans of the day are and then just trying to follow through like the plan that you made actually works. So I started doing this like I think a day or two ago. And I kind of like it because like I wake up and then the first thing I do is take my diary and then I jot down like all the things. I journal like all the things that I want to do during like the whole entire day and then just like taking it off your bucket list and then you're just like I felt like I did something. I felt good. So like if there are other people who are struggling I know like it's only been day 2, but I'm really hoping that I can like continue to do this because just like ticking off the things it made me feel good, like I've done something productive with my day rather than just waking up and be like, you know what, I'm just gonna go with the flow of the day, I'm just gonna do whatever. So yeah, in case there are also people like me who are struggling out there, you could try this, probably it works. And if you might have like other ideas to like keep yourself motivated or whatever it is, please be sure to let me know in the comments so that we can all help each other. So the topic of today is actually quite a sensitive one. I come bearing a serious face today. I'm not joking, I'm not laughing, I'm not happy or whatever it is. But anyways, today we're gonna be talking about communication. We're basically just gonna be unscripting the version of communication that we have. You know how like in our lives where like we have this scripted version that like roams around the word communication. We all think that communication is like constantly talking to someone, constantly updating each other, being on phone calls, texting back and forth. Like that's the scripted version that we have that surrounds communication. But have you ever thought for once that communication really isn't something much until there is comprehension? Ooh, I said it. Comprehension, guys. The whole scripted version or the narrative that's around communication, like where we constantly tell each other that, look, like for me, for example, I tell myself that I'm really, really big on communication. Like I value communication. Like tell me how you're feeling. Tell me what you're doing. Tell me where you're going. Like not because I'm trying to control you or whatever it is, but then that's the scripted version of what I think communication is. So like I constantly want to keep in touch with people that I care about. I want to know how they're doing, I want to know where they are, what they're doing, like that sort of stuff. That's the mindset that I have when it comes to communication. But then communication is nothing without comprehension. Get this right, I'm going to say this again. Communication is nothing without comprehension. Write this down and always remember this. You might take a lot of time, you might say a lot of things to your friend, your partner, your parents, or whatever it is. You might communicate all your needs. But until there is comprehension, until that person tries to understand or walk in your shoes, your words are void. Your words mean nothing. Have you ever been like in a situation, okay, let's say we're in a relationship type of thing, yeah? And you're constantly telling your partner how much you love, how much like these love languages are important to you. Maybe how much you love it when they like text you good morning every day, when they call you just because they want to call you, when they buy you things just because they want to buy you things, or when they take out the trash, or when they like compliment you, when they do stuff for you. You're constantly telling them, like communicating your feelings, and you're constantly communicating your needs. But until that person actually understands how you feel, your words are useless. We all tell each other, like, you know what, it's important for us to communicate our needs, tell your man what you need, tell your lady what you need, blah, 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 blah. But all that is useless if your partner doesn't understand you. If your partner doesn't comprehend whatever that it is you're saying, it's useless. Like, literally, it's like a waste of time. Story time. I always love, oh, I said I was going to keep it serious face. But then, anyways, I always love like sharing stories and stuff like that. So, like, I've been like in situations, be it in friendships, be it in relationships. I will start by friendships. So, like, I've got friends that are in my life, and my friends know, like, personally, I overthink things. Like, I've got a certificate, like, I've got a PhD in overthinking things. When I tell you that I overthink things, trust me, I do. So, like, there are situations where I can communicate with my friends, like, you know what, I like this, or let's try to do this, let's try to do this. But then, if my friends are not understanding me, then literally it's nothing. I can communicate as much as I want to my friends, like, you know what, this is how I like, or this is how I want you to talk to me, or that you really screwed up here, or you messed up here, or whatever it is. But then if my friends are not taking accountability of, like, trying to understand me, or understand, like, all these communications that I'm trying to do to them, it's literally nothing. Like, nothing, nothing, nothing. And then if I'm to go to, like, relationships, I've been in situations where I need constant reassurance because, well, overthinkers, shout out to you, my fellow overthinkers. But then you need constant reassurance. And there's nothing wrong with you needing constant reassurance. But then I've tried, like, in relationships or whatever it is, I've tried to, like, communicate my needs and be like, you know what, for me to feel at ease. Yeah, fine. It has nothing to do with you. It's more about my problems. But then this is how I feel, or this is how I want to be loved in a relationship and stuff like that. If my partner, it's hard for my partner to try and adjust to meet me halfway with whatever my needs are. So at the end of the day, you end up, like, having constant problems. You end up fighting every other time because there is no comprehension in whatever that it is you're saying. You're just talking to yourself and nobody is listening. So this is when you realize that, like, I read a quote on Instagram. That's the reason why I decided to, like, say this, because probably there are other people that really don't get it, or that haven't seen this message or whatever it is. That's when I realized that I wanted to talk about it, because everyone is always big, like, oh, nobody's ever too busy for you, whatever it is. Communication is the key to a successful relationship. Communication is the key to a successful friendship, or whatever it is. Communicate how you feel, say how you feel, let them know how you feel. But then, until whoever it is you're expressing your feelings to, until that person really, 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 really takes accountability to try and comprehend whatever it is you're saying, it's nothing. So I'm going to read the quote to you. It said, eventually, you will stop thinking that communication is the key, and realize that comprehension is everything. You can communicate all you want, but if someone doesn't allow different ideas into the situation, your words are nothing. So just keep in mind that, in as much as you might be huge on communication, if you really want things to work out, be it at school, be it at work, be it with your friends, be it in relationship, be it in marriage, or whatever it is, comprehension is everything. Trying to understand your partner, aside from them communicating their needs, is everything. Trying to understand your friend when they tell you, or when they communicate with you about how they're feeling, trying to understand and comprehend their words is everything. It's like the key to everything. So yeah, I mean, in as much, like, that's just what I wanted to say today. Like, this really got to me because I, for one, I've always been telling myself, like, you know what, I'm huge on communication. Like, I know how to communicate with people and all that stuff. But then, guys, stop tripping. Stop tripping. Until you realize how important comprehension is, you're not good at communication. So try to work on comprehension. Whether someone is communicating how they feel, try to comprehend that. Whether it's someone who's expressing their feelings to you, or you're expressing your feelings to someone else. Comprehension is always the key, and it's always the most important factor in everything. So with that being said, be sure to send this video to your friend and let them know that, in as much as they might think that they're good in communication, or their communication skills are good, or they're out there, let them be reminded that all that stuff is nothing without comprehension. With that being said, we've reached the end of this episode. Please be sure to have a good week, and I really hope that you guys are enjoying wherever that you are, and I really hope that you're having a good time. Always remember, in as much as you might try to communicate your feelings, comprehension is the key. Have a great week. Mwah, mwah. Bye.